old rivalry. A new twist. It's Eagles-Cowboys and T.O.'s return on Game of the Week.
Bledsoe running, diving for the pylon.
This was the so-called homecoming game for Terrell Owens, who was returning to Philadelphia for the first time since his ugly departure last year. On the field, where actions continued to remain unbeaten against words, Owens did little. It was the performance of T.O.'s quarterbacks, past and present, that decided the outcome. His current quarterback, Drew Bledsoe, couldn't get him the ball. His former quarterback and nemesis, Donovan McNabb, threw for 354 yards and 2 touchdowns. How could any receiver not want to play with Donovan McNabb? Well, in the years ahead, it will be impossible to tell the story of this day without describing the week-long sideshow that accompanied the return of T.O. to Philadelphia. Everyone in town had an opinion, and it seemed as if everyone, as T.O. likes to say, had their popcorn ready for the big show.
Welcome to the Eagle-Mobile. We have a room in there that's a shrine to the Dallas Cowboys, where all true Eagle fans can come and express their true feelings about Dallas.
Whenever America's team visits America's birthplace, Philadelphia parties like it's the 4th of July.
Philadelphia has always been the underdog. We've always been the down and out, and we've always come back to win. And I think this is no different from any other time. Remember, the experts would have said that the Revolutionary War would have been won by the British, but we won it, didn't we? And I think we can win this one as well.
Eagles fans love to hate the Cowboys. And ever since exiled receiver Terrell Owens defected to Dallas, their anger is smoldered like a T.O. jersey in a South Philly parking lot. But on the day of his return, hopes of extracting a pound of flesh went up in smoke. Security was tight, and when Owens emerged with a star on his helmet, no sticks or stones were hurled his way. Only words. Owens' current quarterback hears not taunts, but whispers. Drew Bledsoe has struggled to connect with the newest Cowboy, and his job security seems constantly in doubt. But championship teams can be forged in the flaming passions of a hostile arena, and all Bledsoe and the Cowboys might need is a spark. Owens' former quarterback has been winning with a talented cast of unknown receivers. Number 81 now belongs to someone else, a rookie, Jason Avant. To Donovan McNabb, the names on the backs of the jerseys haven't seemed to matter, as long as none of them are Owens. After a lost season of pain and strife, McNabb is healthy and happy again, and it shows.
Right now, the way he's playing, Donovan McNabb is the best player, the most dangerous player in the NFL.
beyond the hype and the hate, it's a tale of two quarterbacks. One learning to live with T.O. One enjoying life without it.
Smoke billowing out of the helmet, and out of the cloud comes Donovan McNabb.
When we play together, keep it going. Hard work on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hard work.
Andy Reid may not have big-name receivers, but he still emphasizes a pass-oriented attack. One of the reasons his offense is successful is the versatility of running back Brian Westbrook.
Back goes McNabb. He floats it out. He goes underneath. He's got Westbrook across the 35-40. 45 midfield. Westbrook takes it down to the Cowboys 48. Westbrook with a 30-yard reception on the game's opening play.
In the loss to the Giants in Week 2, a Westbrook fumble led to the Eagles' demise. On the second play from scrimmage, his careless ways resurfaced.
Dumps it to Westbrook, tries to get outside, he does. He's at the 45, the 40, but he fumbles the football and it's recovered by Dallas at the 37-yard line.
The Cowboys' first possession revealed the Eagles' approach to defending Terrell Owens. Pressured Drew Bledsoe.
Short drop. Looks, fires it out of bounds. Incomplete. The rush was there, and Bledsoe just threw it away. Intentional grounding. He was not outside the tackles.
Intentional grounding for throwing the ball into the sideline.
No receiver was anywhere close to where Drew threw it.
The penalty led to a punt and an even more costly Cowboy mistake.
McBride drops the snap. He's after it. He can't find it. He kneels down. He's tackled. The football is loose. It's picked up again, and the Eagles have it at the 10.
The snap, Charlie, looked like it was okay from LP Ladisar, and it looked like it just went through McBriar's hand. And this could not be a bigger nightmare for Dallas coming out of the box.
The Cowboys' nightmare start was only just beginning.
McNabb will give it to Westbrook, coming at right end. Bounces outside to the 5, to the goal line. Easy touchdown, Philadelphia.
Make sure you facing on the run. They blocking everybody. Yeah. They ain't getting off.
When you get a fire call,
Watch the Cowboys.
when you get one, stand up. Stand up. Fire call. On double door? Or just stand up regular? Well, check fire, yeah.
You talk about a crowd making a difference. Listen to this crowd.
This is a big problem, Charlie, for Dallas to start off behind and give this crowd full throat.
In addition to the noise, Drew Bledsoe had to contend with defensive coordinator Jim Johnson's defense and the Eagles' blitz.
Eagles showing the blitz. Here they come. Bledsoe hit as he fires the football. It goes backwards. It's recovered by the Eagles down at the 12. And it's Trent Cole on top of the football.
Bledsoe gets hammered. And that's how you win the football game against the Dallas Cowboys. You get to the quarterback.
The Eagles put 6 defenders on the line of scrimmage, and defensive tackle Darwin Walker was left unblocked.
All we got to do is just play our game. They can't hold us. They can't.
This time, the Eagles could not convert the turnover into a touchdown.
McNabb looking, rolling. He tries to dump it, and it's incomplete. Tried to dump it to L.J. Smith.
It wasn't caught, but it's a smart play by Ware. He realized the screen, and he just holds L.J. Smith.
The Eagles settled for a 27-yard field goal by David Akers. As predicted, T.O. was the critical factor, but the T.O. was turnovers. In the first 5 minutes, Bill Parcells' team was overwhelmed by mistakes. It was time for the Cowboys to right themselves.
From the 2, brings it left 15, 25, cuts left, trying to get outside. Thompson to the 35 and running past Akers and shoved out by the kicker at the 43. And Tyson Thompson says, all right, I'll get us back in the game.
The offense took advantage of the favorable field position and began driving for its first score. Runs by Julius Jones set up 1st and goal at the 1.
Seven is a whole different game after the way the Cowboys started this thing.
We don't need to fiddle around here. We need to get the ball in the zone and don't do anything to get this crowd back into it.
On 1st down, the give is to Jones, and he doesn't get in. On 2nd down, again it goes to Jones, and he's going to lose a yard or 2.
A bit of miscommunication on the play. Bledsoe turns and he's ready for the handoff, and he has nobody to hand the football to. So he's got to find Jones to get him the football. And by the time they find him, that defense has found him as well.
On 3rd and goal, the Cowboys lined up with 3 receivers, but they were only decoys.
And on 3rd down, draw to Barber, banging through the left guard slot for a Dallas touchdown.
What a great call, Brad. Of course, it's a great call because it worked. But by golly, I'd have never thought about running the ball if I was on the defensive side right there.
Keep stuffing that run, baby. Keep stuffing that run. Stuff that run. Because I stuffed it, and I tried to push him into the back. He squeaked through there. I don't know how he squeaked through that.
The touchdown lifted the Cowboys' point total and their collective spirit.
Hey, we good now. Everybody settled. It's time to play ball. Yeah. It's time to go.
When Owens was an Eagle, Donovan McNabb was one of the best deep passers in the game. On the following possession, McNabb and Andy Reid showed that even without Owens, they are still in love with the bomb.
McNabb fakes to Westbrook. He's back. He's looking. He's going deep for Basket, who leaps. He has it. No, he drops it. Basket left his feet. Had it in the cradle momentarily, but as he came down hard, Hank and the ball parted ways.
McNabb has benefited from solid protection this season, but on 3rd down, Pro Bowl tackle William Thomas could not contain Cowboys linebacker DeMarcus Ware.
There's the first sack by Dallas today, and it came from DeMarcus Ware, who in a pass rush situation lines up as a defensive end.
He ran right around William Thomas, the three-time Pro Bowl tackle, beat him like an old rug to McNabb and dropped him for a huge sack.
After Ware snuffed the Eagles' drive, Philadelphia's defensive end Darren Howard attempted to do the same to the Cowboys.
Watch the speed of Darren Howard getting off of the football, and the Cowboys are almost still in their stance, and he's through the gap already.
On 2nd and long, the Cowboys tried to complete their first pass to Owens. But again, they were done in by Howard's penetration.
Back goes Bledsoe. He's hit as he throws the football wobbling, and it is intercepted by Dawkins.
It was Darren Howard again.
Howard ran a stunt from his defensive end position and found a clear path to Bledsoe.
Bledsoe, he's having a tough time. He's only been hit 9 times this entire season. He's almost got that in the first quarter of this football game.
The first quarter proved that the key to both offenses was their ability to protect the quarterback. McNabb began the second quarter with plenty of time and 2 completions. But then, a rush by defensive end Greg Ellis initiated a stunning twist in a game full of surprises.
McNabb play action, standing, pressured, sack, fumble, Ware pulls it out of the air. Running to the 40, gets away from Smith to the 30. Ware's going to score. DeMarcus Ware, a defensive score. Greg Ellis knocked it out of his hands.
Ellis comes in, gets off the double team from LJ and John Runyon. The ball pops up, and Ware catches the football, and LJ Smith has a perfect shot to make the tackle somewhere close to the 50-yard line.
Each team had already faced its share of disappointments, but the Cowboys could find some satisfaction in the fact that they were ahead. The mood inside the Link had gone from celebratory to somber. Momentum seemed to change hands with every snap, along with possession of the football. Now it was Donovan McNabb's turn to take it back.
On first down play action, back goes McNabb again. He pumps, fires, open, LJ Smith, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, he's down to the 2.
L.J. Smith all alone, and the Eagles take one in the mouth and turn around and give the Cowboys 2 in the chops.
You wondered if they could get it back. I think they just did it in one big chunk.
He may not be much of a tackler, but boy, can he play tight end.
On the next play, it didn't look like Smith could do that either.
On first down play action, McNabb is back, scampering, firing, incomplete. Off the chest of L.J. Smith, alone in the end zone.
Sacks, turnovers, and now dropped passes. In a game in which mistakes had been the catalyst for success, the Eagles weren't about to take any chances. Their best player took matters into his own hands.
Everybody in tight. McNabb sneaks. He's got it. Touchdown.
My goodness, this is
It's exhausting, is what it is.
It's exhausting. Imagine what it'd be like to play.
Well, and you just see a totally different Donovan McNabb this year. The way he runs this football team. It's totally different from the way he played last year because he dealt with the injuries so much.
Hey, he didn't follow you guys. He went to the left. Yeah. You know what? He did that in practice too, man. I should have said something to his buddy. Jump over the top, right?
It's hard to argue with success, especially when your quarterback has been posting MVP numbers. Perhaps McNabb's success can be attributed to the departure of T.O., who many blame as the poison pill that destroyed the Eagles in 2005. Since joining the Cowboys, Owens has often made the headlines. So far, his return to Philadelphia was hardly newsworthy. In the first half, Owens didn't make a single catch. The way the Eagles were playing defensively had a lot to do with it. Instead of blitzing, Philadelphia kept its safeties back in coverage, guarding against big plays in the passing game. However, that strategy allowed Dallas to run the ball effectively. The coverage was so soft, even Drew Bledsoe ran.
Second down. Bledsoe, bootleg to the right. Looking for Jones, who's covered. Bledsoe running, 5, diving for the pylon in the right corner. Touchdown, Bledsoe. Look at Bledsoe. Someone tell him how old he is. You know what? Look at the scoreboard. I don't know how, but the men in blue are winning the football game.
Well, the running game is being awful good to us, Brad, and I don't know how in the world Bledsoe can keep taking those shots.
When the Eagles and Cowboys meet, it's typically a defensive struggle. But like the circumstances surrounding the game, this one would be anything but typical. When the Cowboys come to Philly, it's always a tough ticket. With the added bonus of being able to boo T.O., getting a seat was almost impossible. Some fans were happy just to catch a glimpse of the action.
Come on, Eagles!
In the first half, they saw Jim Johnson's defense stymied. But in the third quarter, that changed. The Eagles no longer sat back guarding against the big play. Instead, they began to dictate the tempo. The mission was simple: hit anything in blue, especially Drew Bledsoe.
Down 50.
Bledsoe's a guy that wants to play the game with the clean uniform. They're dirtying this guy up. They're knocking him on his back. They're slamming his head to the turf. And this makes for a tough game for your quarterback.
We got great coverage. We got to get to the quarterback. Come on. That first one is just a little fake here, quarterback back there.
Put me inside.
All right, come on. All we got to do is keep running.
Oh, yeah.
They can't handle us up front. All we got to do is keep running.
They're bringing the tackle and the guard over on me. They leave y'all, baby.
Welcome to the club, baby.
Bledsoe said, hey, bring on the blitz. He said that earlier during the week, and he's getting it.
Yeah, he'll get it some more.
Back goes Bledsoe. He is hit, and he is finished.
And they are having a party. They are getting after the Cowboys, and the Cowboys right now have no answer.
Dallas needed a solution, stat, or its quarterback might not finish the game.
He's been beat up all half. I'm not surprising. He's
hammered.
Limp, for crying out loud. I'm amazed he's ambulatory.
Yeah, flows out, the guard blocking down, and flows out trying to come block down to get me. But I'm hitting it so quick, he's not getting that time. But you gotta hit it quick, because it flows out, you know, he get his hands on you, hard to get rid of.
Philadelphia's blitzing completely overwhelmed Dallas. But sometimes it wasn't the number of rushers the Eagles sent, it was how well they timed the blitz. On this play, linebackers Jeremiah Trotter and Sean Barber shifted just before the snap. That forced Dallas to readjust its protection a split second before the action, causing panic and confusion. When Trotter engaged left guard Kyle Kozier and Darren Howard rushed to the outside of tackle Flozell Adams, that left an open lane for Darwin Walker. Running back Julius Jones had a chance to pick up Walker, but because the Eagles timed their blitz so well, Jones wasn't able to diagnose the rush quickly enough to prevent the sack. Bledsoe wasn't the only one who was unnerved by the ferocity of the Eagles' defense.
Over the middle, and it's dropped by Terrell Owens. And listen to the reaction. They love it.
He glances over and sees that the defenders are there and getting ready to kill him. He didn't really make an effort to get there.
This is the biggest cheer of the afternoon.
The cheers for T.O.'s drop may have been big, but the loudest ovation was reserved for the Eagles' offense.
First and 10. Back at their own 13-yard line. Play action. Back goes McNabb. Gets out of the way. He is looping it deep. He's got a man in his 20-stride basket. At the 30, 20, 10. Hank Basket with his first NFL touchdown.
Wow. Look at that.
The bomb.
That's the bomb. That's the way you throw the bomb. So he's able to just shun off that little defensive back trying to make a tackle on him on the sideline. He swatted him off like a fly. He just kept going down the sideline.
With one play, the Eagles regained the lead. It was the poise of Donovan McNabb that made it happen. On the play, cornerback Anthony Henry blitzed from the outside. Wide receiver Hank Basket read the blitz and correctly broke his route short, thus becoming a safety valve for McNabb. Free safety Patrick Watkins anticipated that Basket would break his route short. but Baskett merely paused before running a go down the sideline, leaving Watkins 2 steps behind. With defenders closing in, McNabb was able to sidestep the rush and deliver an accurate pass. Early in his career, McNabb may have run out of the pocket or thrown too soon. Now he looks down the gun barrel and never flinches. His nerve and courage have made him the Eagles' unquestioned leader. His talent, one of the NFL's best quarterbacks. McNabb is the reason Philadelphia has the league's top-ranked passing attack, despite not having a superstar receiver. The Eagles' team-first approach had them atop the division and ahead of the Cowboys. Going into the fourth quarter, T.O. and the Cowboys were on the losing end. In the fourth, Terrell Owens' second catch boosted Dallas closer to tying the score. Although Owens wasn't always effective, the Cowboys were still in the game.
Philadelphia cannot knock us out. They're only ahead by what? Three points.
3 points is exactly what the Cowboys had to settle for.
This is what they signed Mike Vanderjagt for. Snap and hold are good. The kick's plenty long. The kick by Vanderjagt ties the game with 11:14 to play.
Owens had yet to have a major impact, but in the final quarter, his presence would affect this game of brotherly loathe.
This is the kind of game that grabs you by the veins and holds on until all the seconds tick away. And you go home either ecstatic or deeply depressed.
It's a heavyweight. These are 2 heavyweights slugging it out.
In the fourth and final round, Donovan McNabb continued to land stinging jabs on the Dallas defense. His 24-yard pass to Greg Lewis was the first blow in a devastating 1-2 combination.
On first down, gives it off. It's a flea flicker. Back to McNabb. He is going deep, looking for Reggie Brown. He's got it. Touchdown! Reggie Brown!
What did we tell you about the big plays? The Eagles lead the league 7 a game. This is 40 yards, and they had an 87-yard touchdown pass earlier.
The Eagles' big plays came at the expense of the Dallas safeties, number 31 Roy Williams and rookie Patrick Watkins. Both safeties are aggressive, and the Eagles took advantage. Watkins and Williams bid hard on the handoff to Correll Buckhalter, and when Reggie Brown ran past them, they were unable to recover. Watkins had the primary coverage with help from Williams, but Williams took an angle that gave him no chance to make a play.
And it's been a long day for the Cowboys rookie safety. Patrick Watkins having a real NFL baptism today. He's been beat for 2 touchdowns.
Roy was running. And I was like, oh. I seen him right there.
The Eagles came into the game averaging 7 yards of play on first down. Against the Cowboys, they almost doubled it. On 26 first down plays, the Eagles gained 335 yards. Cornerback Lito Shepherd was in uniform for the first time since Week 1. An ankle injury caused him to miss 3 games, and he had to have the ankle treated and retaped in order to play the fourth quarter. Drew Bledsoe tested Shepherd when he was one-on-one with Terrell Owens. Owens made the catch for 24 yards, his longest gain of the day, and the fans wanted it taken away.
The crowd roar you hear is a replay saying that he didn't get both feet in.
They are screaming at Andy Reid to throw a red flag.
Challenge that! How do you not challenge that? He was out of bounds.
Andy Reid considered challenging the call, but decided against it.
Yeah, he would have lost a timeout had he listened to the fans on that.
On third down at the Eagles' 33, Bledsoe went for the big play to T.O., but instead, he found Lito.
He's looking. He is going deep for Owens, and it is intercepted. It is intercepted. Leaping up and coming down with the football is Lito Shepherd. And the Eagles take over on the second pick today by Drew Bledsoe.
He honored the little thing, baby. Keep it up.
I thought Owens was open. That ball was terribly underthrown.
And a great job of playing the ball by Lito Shepherd.
I think T.O. should go over on the sideline and instruct him on the art of passing. I think T.O. ought to get into the coaching act right here. You can only hope.
Through 3 1/2 quarters, Terrell Owens' return to Philadelphia had been much ado about very little.
You have to be in the playoffs to have a better game than this. I don't know, Charlie, how much the Terrell Owens factor has had to do with the extra emotion because of how much Philadelphia fans hate Dallas anyway.
The Dallas-Philadelphia rivalry has always been a bruising affair, and this game was no exception.
Little quick out to Witten at the 25, dragged down with a first down. At the 27-yard line.
Man, he got stunned.
Yeah, he's slow to get up, and so Sean Barber, the linebacker. But they both do, and they stagger back to their respective corners.
With time winding down, the Cowboys faced a critical 4th and 4.
Here's your ball game, Dallas. Got to have a first down, or the chances are just about gone.
The Eagles blanketed Terrell Owens, Terry Glenn, and Jason Witten. So Drew Bledsoe looked to Patrick Creighton, who picked up 12 yards. The Cowboys had a first down and new life at the 2-minute warning.
So, why would this game not end this way?
Last series, had the chance to win. Perfect.
One timeout left. Dallas needs a touchdown to tie.
But Bledsoe was once again swallowed up by the NFL's #1 pass rush. The Eagles got to the Dallas quarterback on consecutive plays, giving them 7 sacks for the game.
You just can't take the sack there. Quarterback has had a gutsy, heroic game, but you cannot take that sack there. Flozell Adams failed to block Darren Howard, which he has consistently done all day.
He has had Flozell's number. Brad, I mean, he's a good player, but I don't know if he's all pro, but my goodness,
he is today.
Sure looks like it.
For Bledsoe, there was no way out, and it appeared the same could be said for the Cowboys.
Here it is, 4th and 18. If the Eagles can stop them right here, the celebration begins.
And the snap is back. And the 3-man rush, and Bledsoe pumps and heaves. And he's looking deep for Glenn at the 10. He might have been interfered with. At the 5-yard line, he was interfered with. What a terrible mistake by the Eagles. Because the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal with 38 seconds to play.
Dead silence in this stadium.
Safety Michael Lewis had one responsibility. It was to make sure no Dallas receiver got behind him. But when Terry Glenn cut inside, Lewis moved forward. That allowed Glenn to beat him deep. Lewis grabbed Glenn to prevent a touchdown.
38 seconds left in regulation. And the Cowboys are 6 yards away from tying the game.
On 1st and goal, Bledsoe looked for Terrell Owens, but the pass was incomplete.
There it is!
What a dramatic game this is.
It was a drama that built over the course of a week. But all the talk was now forgotten. After 3 hours of football, it came down to 6 yards and 1 play.
Bledsoe back. He looks, fires for the end zone. Intercepted! 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 Running with the football down the left sideline to the 50, 40, 30, 20. It's Lito Shepherd raising the ball as he dives into the end zone. He dives into the end zone. 102 yards in front of an interception by Lito Shepherd. What a way to seal it with 16 seconds left. And they are celebrating.
And why not?
You can rejoice because this one is over. What a finish.
It's party time in Philadelphia.
Welcome back, Lito.
Baby, can you believe this?
Have they ever missed it?
Lito Shepherd finishes off an all-star game.
Brad, you've heard about these games that as soon as they're over, you know that they're going to be deemed classics. This was a classic ball game. Boy, you know the Eagle fans are just absolutely loving it.
Lito Shepherd is the first NFL player with 2 interception returns longer than 100 yards. The previous one was in 2004, also against the Cowboys. The impact of this interception is best measured by the reaction of the 2 benches.
He looks, fires for the end zone. Intercepted! 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 What a day. Did you love this?
Absolutely.
Did you love this? Savor it.
All right. Hey, it doesn't get any sweeter than that, fellas. Dallas Cowboys, man, great job. Great job. Hey, where's Lito Shepherd at? Where's Lito? Hey, get it going here. Get it going a little bit. Welcome back, buddy. Nice job.
Hey, I just want to say, man, I'm proud of all y'all, man. We took a huge step today against a great football team. Yes, sir. We came in at halftime, we was down. We showed a lot of character, man. Let's go. Let's break this. Go ahead, Lito. Break it down.
Hey, man, that's good work, man. Hard work on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hard work. Hey,